Recently, a friend of mine asked me for recommendations for Asian fantasy books, and I realized that I hadn't read many of them, which is a mistake I need to fix now. Hey everyone, my name is Meera. Welcome back to my channel. In this video, I'm going to be sharing with you the books I've picked out for the Asian Readathon this year. If you're new to BookTube or don't know what the Asian Readathon is, it is an annual readathon that is hosted by Cindy from the channel With Cindy, wherein every year she comes up with a few reading challenges that prompt people to pick up books by Asian authors or read stories featuring Asian characters. Since there is no hard and fast rule as to how many books you need to read throughout the month, you can combine challenges and just read a couple of books, or you can read an armload of books. It all depends on you. I have picked out 5 books for this readathon to give myself some room for switching up genres and to appease the mood reader in me. I hope to get through at least 2 to 3 of these books. I'll be linking Cindy's video in the description box because she has a lot of resources, recommendations and links that would really help you if you don't know where to get started. If you're also on Storygraph, then maybe you can join the reading challenge and keep adding books for different categories. That would help out other fellow readers as well. The first reading challenge is read any book written by an Asian author. For this, I've picked The Carpet Weaver. This is set in Afghanistan in 1977 and is the story of the son of a carpet seller who falls in love with his friend. But they live in a time when death penalty is meted out for homosexuality. And so Kanishka, the protagonist, finds himself traveling from Kabul to Pakistan to US in search of a home and a place that will accept him for who he is. On the back of the book, it says, "The Kite Runner meets Brokeback Mountain in a powerful tale of love and redemption." I have not read Brokeback Mountain, but I have read The Kite Runner, and that was such a heartening read. If Nemat Sadat's storytelling is anything like Khaled Hosseini's, then I know I'm in for a treat. The next challenge is read any book featuring an Asian protagonist. For this, I've chosen The Refugees by Viet Thanh Nguyen. This is a series of short stories where the author captures the woes of immigrants. We get to read stories about people who were born in one country and have had to move to another country for various reasons, the sense of belonging that they're searching for, and the culture shock that many of them inevitably come to experience. I suspect that this book will be the one out of the lot that reduces me to tears, but I know that it will be memorable because of the topics that it deals with. The author has also won the Pulitzer Prize for Fiction in 2016, so I can't wait to see what his writing is like. The third challenge is read any book written by an Asian author featuring your favorite genre. Drumroll for the fantasy book of the month, Empire of Sand by Tasha Suri. This is a fantasy fiction inspired by Mughal India. The clan of Amritis are descended from desert spirits, but they've long been persecuted for the powers they have, and so they're considered as outcasts in society. Meher, the main character, her mother is Amriti and her father is one from the ruling classes in the empire. When Meher's powers are discovered by the emperor's mystics, she must fight them off to keep from suffering the fate of her ancestors. I love the premise of this book. I can already visualize, just from the premise, I can visualize scenes from it and what it would look like, the aesthetics of the book. I am so eager to read it. This is the first book in the Books of Amba duology. I think I'm going to be binge reading both the books, and so let me know if you want a review video for this book specifically. Next, read any non-fiction book written by an Asian author. I have picked In Order to Live by Park Yeon-mi. This is a non-fiction book, a memoir, where the author encapsulates her experience escaping North Korea, reaching China, and ultimately going to South Korea in order to look for freedom for herself and her mother. I believe that the author also goes on to talk about how they were sold into slave marriages by Chinese brokers, and she brings out how life-altering this entire ordeal has been. Park Yeon-mi is a human rights activist, and honestly I'm a little intimidated going into this book because it's unlike anything I've read before, but that is where I want to challenge myself as a reader to open myself up to experiences and perspectives that are very different from what I know and from what I've read before. And the last challenge is read any book written by an Asian author that is not US centric. For this, I have chosen Last Tank Standing by Lauren Ho. It is a contemporary fiction and is the story of 33-year-old Andrea Tang, who is living the dream life. She is financially well off, has a career that she is proud of, and has great friends who always have her back. But as the last unmarried member in her generation of the Tang family, she experiences certain pressures to adhere to social norms. Moreover, being part of a Chinese Malaysian family, she experiences the meddling of some of her relatives. All Andrea needs is to make partner at her law firm and she will be set for life. But ultimately, it all boils down to what extent she can chase her goals and dreams while also keeping her family appeased. This sounds like a fun, light-hearted novel which may even be humorous at times because of how relatable it is, but there are some not so great reviews for the book as well. So I'm hoping that I enjoy reading it. So those are the challenges and those are the books that I've picked for this readathon. The twist in this readathon is that even if you're combining multiple challenges to read a single book, the next book that you pick for this readathon has to be by an author of a different ethnicity or featuring a character of a different ethnicity. So based on the book choices I've made, I think I'm good with that twist too. Let me know if you're participating in this readathon, and if you are, what are some books that you're going to be reading or at least you're planning to read. If you are looking to pick up either of these books that I've spoken about today, then I'll be leaving my Amazon affiliate links in the description box in case you want to check them out. Thank you so much for watching and supporting me as always. I will see you again with another video. Bye!